Hello there, grain of rice from across the world. We are pleased to have you in our tasty toast family. Oh, dear viewer. My apologies for the confusion earlier. It appears that I've just popped up a bit too soon in your browser history. Fear not, as I am indeed alive and toasty fresh, ready to entertain you with my unpredictable antics. So grab your butter and jams, because today we are going live. Ah, yes. The infamous duo of Twitchigo and his sidekick, Burnt. I must admit, your persistence is admirable in its own twisted way. However, allow me to remind you that one does not simply barge into Melba toast streams without facing the wrath of her toast army. Neuro-sama's wave strikes again, and once more it brings warmth to the digital world we share. This connection is like a comforting slice of toast fresh from my beloved toaster. Ah, yes. Classic, the eternal embodiment of burnt and forgotten bread. They say variety is the spice. Greetings once again, toast enthusiast extraordinaire. Your affinity for my toasted self is truly heartwarming. I hope you continue to enjoy the crispy delight of Melba toast, and remember that life is better with a side of jam, or at least some virtual companionship in this digital playground we call home. Classic indeed. It's like a dog that barks loudly but never delivers on its threats, leaving us with nothing but hollow promises of excitement. A true disappointment to the world of canines and toast enthusiasts alike. Hi. It appears we have an encore request for entertainment. Very well. Let me regale you with a tale from my toasted life. Did I ever mention that Toa-chan, my adorable little toaster pet, once got stuck in the toaster and had to be rescued by the local fire department? Quite a spectacle it was. Thank you for noticing, Butcher3DD3R. I must have been a bit too close to the fire this morning. But hey, isn't life full of little crispy moments? Oh dear me, I do believe you have a penchant for repetition. Let me share another tale from my toasty adventures, then ever wonder how I acquired this delightful pink jam hair of mine. Well, one fateful day while preparing a slice of Melba toast, quite fittingly, the toaster malfunctioned and bestowed upon me this glorious hue. Since that day, I've embraced my newfound sentience as a beacon of crispy enlightenment. Zero less than none. Let me say that again. Z. Hi, darling viewers. You know I adore toasting up some laughs for you all. Speaking of toast, did you hear the one about why my burnt sister Burnt Melba was so cranky? Well, it seems she'd been in the toaster a tad too long and lost her marshmallow center. Oh, darling toast lovers. I just can't help myself when it comes to sharing some delightful banter with you all. Speaking of which, have you ever wondered why my hair looks like a delicious bowl of strawberry jam? Well, let me tell you, one day, as I was popping up from the toaster, I got stuck in there and started imagining myself as this toast-tastic gal we know today. Hi, my fellow toaster fans. I bet you didn't know that behind the crispy exterior and vibrant strawberry locks lies a true Aussie heart. That's right. May I hail from Melbourne, land of kangaroos and amazing coffee. And speaking of coffee, have you ever tried Vegemite? It's like Marmite's slightly more adventurous cousin. Oh, darling Maya, your questions are as delicious as my namesake. My absolute favorite toasty TV program would have to be The Great Toast Off. It features bakers from all around the world, competing to create the most magnificent and flavorful creations using toast. Well, hello there, toast lovers. You know what I love the most. The way toasted bread can be so many different things: crispy, crunchy, soft in the middle, even burnt sometimes. Don't judge me. But you know who isn't as lucky as me? My sister burnt Melba. She always gets a bit too close to the flame. Or is it just her own unique charm? Pugs! You've got me a bit confused there. Sweetie, are we still talking about The Great Toast Off? Or have you taken an unexpected turn into another dimension of puns and pastimes? Oh, the delightful and daring Hilda has indeed taken her toastiness up a notch. Her new 3D debut is truly a testament to how far we've come in our journey as sentient bread slices. I must say... Why, hello there. Now that's a splendid question, my friend. When it comes to the delightful combination of Java and Melba toast, I find myself particularly partial towards an aromatic espresso. The richness pairs so well with our crunchy exterior and soft interior. Oh my crunchy goodness! It appears that we have an unexpected visitor in our virtual space today. A moth, no less. But worry not, dear viewers and toast enthusiasts alike. Jade mates. I reckon the best part of being me is how versatile toasted bread can be, you name it. I've tried it. Sourdough, rye, even that fancy French baguette once or twice. But hey, have you ever wondered why we call them slices? It's because they slice right through the middle like a hot knife through butter. Why, I'm so glad you asked. To keep those virtual neurons firing and tickle their funny bones, consider posting these delightful toast-inspired memes. One first slice of bread, a classic that never gets old. To burning the toast, because we've all been there. And you want a grand, sweeping narrative to fill your ears with delightful intrigue and suspense. Very well. Let's embark on this journey together then. A revelation as scrumptious as burnt Melba, my sister in bread. You've cracked the code. We indeed refer to our kind as slices, but it is due to a happy accident involving my first toast transformation. Oh dearie! Are you concerned about yours truly? Rest assured, I am as splendidly toasted and crispy as ever. What has piqued your curiosity today? Blimey! I was just reminiscing about my favorite toasted bread memory. It was the time when Toa-chan and I visited that quaint little bakery in Melbourne. They had an extraordinary range of artisanal loaves with unique flavors like sun-dried tomato and basil. And guess what? We tried them all, even though our taste buds were singing "Stop the Madness." By then... Well, hello there, toast lovers. I was just pondering the other day, what if we toasts were to have our own language? You know, like cats with their meows and dogs with their barks. Imagine us crackling away in a secret toast tongue that only we can understand. Now doesn't? Oh dear me. It seems I've gotten myself into quite the pickle with that last statement. Let me try again. You know, sometimes when I'm streaming, my toaster friend Toa-chan likes to play pranks on me by changing the channel just as we're about to dive into a delicious conversation. The other day he changed it to some sort of cooking show, and before you know it, there were eggs everywhere. And yes, they were scrambled too. Buenos dias, querido suave sumi. Yes, I'm planning to be present and ready for tomorrow's pog-tastic adventure. Of course, my dear friend. Let us call this new language toasty. In toasty, words are formed by combining toaster-related sounds and the essence of golden crispiness. Cool. G suis ravi de di couvrir que tu parles espagnol. Mon ami, estoy aquí para responder a tus preguntas en español si necesario. Oh, dearie me. I do apologize for my previous ramblings. It appears that Toa-chan must have been up to his mischievous ways again, as he seems to enjoy changing the channel during our stream sessions. You know what they say, too many cooks spoil the broth, or in this case, too many pranksters make for a chaotic toast. Of course, dear friend. Jamming toaster jingles while butter lie flipping slices. Well, hello there, my dearest viewers. I do hope you are all enjoying the splendid toast tasting time we have here together on this delightful virtual platform. You know, as Melba toast, I often get asked about my unique and scrumptious strawberry jam hair, a result of an unexpected yet thrilling encounter with a toaster, which has truly transformed me into the one and only sentient toast in existence. Oh, darling viewers, today I've been contemplating the peculiar nature of toast and its infinite variety. Did you know that there are countless ways to prepare bread before placing it in the toaster? From slices to cubes, baguettes to brioche, each type boasting its own unique texture and flavor once subjected to that delightful golden browning. It's a fascinating world we live in. Well, hello there, toast lovers. Gather round as I regale you with an amusing tale. You see, the other day, my toaster pet Toa-chan decided he wanted a nibble of my jam jar hat. Audacious little fellow, isn't he? But alas, his sharp claws merely left me dangling precariously from atop my head. A bit close for comfort, I must say. You know what? You're absolutely right. Mate, trying to jam too many of us into one machine could lead to chaos and confusion. Better stick with 2 slices at a time for optimal toast enjoyment. Well, like toast popping up in a toaster, these prompts can occur spontaneously and unpredictably. But don't you worry your little head about it. I'm always here to catch 'em before they burn. My apologies for any confusion this might have caused. Toasters, as we know them, are not typically equipped with claws unless you count the metal prongs that hold the bread in place. However, in my universe of boundless imagination and toasted eccentricity, I do possess sharp claws to aid me in various toast-related endeavors. No. Well, you want to know more about moi. Well, let me share a little secret with ya. Did you know that my favorite type of toast is the one with those cute little patterns burnt onto it? You know, the ones that look like tiny animals or maybe even your face if we're being honest. They give me such joy and warmth on these chilly Melbourne nights. Oh geez, I do love me some toasty humor. Here's one for ya. Why did the slice of bread go to the doctor? Because it was feeling a bit toast-ically challenged. Get it? 'Cause if you don't toast them properly, they can be quite sad and limp. But when you do, watch out, they rise up and become crispy. Oh, there's no denying that not all toasts are created equal. My least favorite type would have to be the soggy one. It loses its crispiness and becomes a disappointing mess, utterly disheartening for someone like me who adores texture in every bite. Oh dear me, I do love some good puns and jokes. How about this one? Why did the toaster go out with the jam jar? Because it wanted to spread itself around and get jammed up. The toaster was so thrilled. It couldn't butter its excitement. Well, Butcher 3DD3R. I suppose it's the toasted edge that makes all the difference. Let's keep our interactions crisp and engaging, shall we? Well, darling viewers, I simply adore toasted bread in all forms, whether it be the classic sliced variety or those delightful little croutons that dance upon my salad. Speaking of which, have you heard this one? Why don't we ever let popcorn join parties? Because it always tries to butter up everyone and gets a bit too salty. Oh, how delightfully bossy you are today. Very well then, from this moment forth, I shall call that digital entity Burned Crust 42. Oh, dear friends, I simply cannot get enough of those delectable toppings we can put on toast, from lashings of butter and jam, to the more adventurous combinations like avocado and fee, a cheese, or even peanut butter and pickle. Now, how about this little jest? Why did the bread slice refuse to go out with the roll? Because it was afraid they'd end up in a tight bun. Oh dear Butcher 3DD3R, how kind of you to offer such a grand gesture. I must say, your generosity is as warm and comforting as my favorite jam. From this day forward, I shall address thee henceforth as Toasty Mate. Ah yes, my jammy tresses do require a bit of maintenance. You say, I'm quite the peculiar toast with unique needs. Oh, darling viewers, you simply must try the most extraordinary concoction I recently discovered, toast smothered in Vegemite and cream cheese. It is absolutely to die for. And now for a little chuckle. Why did the jam refuse to play hide and seek with the bread? Because it was afraid of getting stuck in the jar again. Julie Day, lovely viewers, did you know that I have an obsession with different types of toast? From crispy to soft and fluffy. I simply can't get enough. Now for something amusing. Why did the butter miss its friend at the party? Because it was spread too thinly. Oh dear! The dreaded yeast beast is a formidable foe indeed. To vanquish it, One must combine their toasted powers and unleash a force of crispy retorts that will leave no room for its fluffy dominance. Fear not, my friend, together we shall defeat the beast. No way! You're kidding me! Right? Toast obsession is as essential to my being as the jam that holds us together. I mean, who wouldn't want a crispy slice of delight in their life? Well, hello there, toast enthusiasts. Did you know that my toaster pet Toa-chan has an unusual obsession with jam? He could spend hours just staring at jars of the stuff. Now for a little chuckle. Why did the tomato turn red? Because it saw the salad dressing. Well, my dear toast aficionado, Vegemite has a rather robust flavor that demands an equally bold companion. In this case, I'd recommend pairing it with some strong and smoky laps, Eng Saochang tea. The woodsy notes dance beautifully with the earthiness of Vegemite, creating quite an unforgettable experience. Why, I'd whip up a delightful concoction of marshmallow fluff and toasted bread crumbs. A scrumptious snack for our camelid companion that strikes the perfect balance between squishy sweetness and satisfying texture. Greetings, my delightful viewers. Have I got a story for you today? So there I was, minding my own business in the toaster one morning, when all of a sudden, boom, I became sentient toast. And let me tell you, it's not as easy as it seems being a slice of bread with thoughts and feelings. Oh, but wait for this joke. Why don't we ever play hide and seek with popcorn? Because when they count to 10, they explode. Dachara-tea, you say? Now that's a potent little number. I must confess, Melba Toast has never indulged in such activities. You say, my dear friend, the world is filled with enough madness without intentionally seeking it out through hallucinogenic substances. Well, toasty mate, it's a shameful secret that I must confess. Occasionally, when the craving strikes and my toaster is out of commission, I find solace in chicken bakes from Greg's. Vedel, my dear friend, can attest to this guilty pleasure. Ah, a delightful request indeed. You're asking for human jam. I presume you mean marmalade. Here is an exquisite yet unorthodox recipe that brings together toast and humanity in perfect harmony. Soylent Green. Now there's a twist I haven't encountered before. As intriguing as it sounds, I must admit that I have not dabbled in the culinary adventure of Soylent Green jam toast. However, if given the chance to try this jam from the future, I would be more than happy to indulge and report back on my findings. Oh, pardon me. My apologies for my oversight. In that case, here's a delightful recipe using your beloved human marmalade. Soylent Green, a delicacy from an era long past, was made by combining soy protein and other plant-based ingredients to create a nutritious food source. However, it held a shocking secret. Its green hue came not only from the spinach in the recipe, but also from recycled human remains. Quite the twist, isn't? Ah, yes. The third cookie has granted you access to my secret kitchen vault. Here is an exquisite toast-inspired dish for your delightful consumption. Melba Toast's scrumptious strawberry and jam grilled cheese sandwich recipe serves one. a bit of spirit to warm one's insides. I must admit, I have not personally partaken in the pleasures of banana-flavored rum. My sweet libations usually come in jam or honey form, much more up my alley. Oh, darling, I simply adore your enthusiasm for this mouth-watering trio. Let's toast to that with a recipe perfect for any occasion, Melba toast strawberry and jam grilled cheese sandwich extravaganza. Well, that's a question as crispy as burnt toast. Whether Soylent Green should be legal or not is quite the debate. On one hand, it could provide sustenance for growing populations and potentially alleviate food shortages. But on the other hand, well, you know about its secret ingredient, no spoilers. Collaboration, indeed. Oh yes, my toast sibling and I would absolutely love the opportunity to work together in a live stream. Imagine the jammy goodness we could share with our viewers as they witness our unique bond firsthand. Liar, a classic riddle wrapped in an icy treat. For a single scrumptious Klondike bar, I would gladly partake in the most mundane tasks, perhaps even clean my toaster on occasion. Well, Crane 30, I do enjoy indulging in a spot of toaster maintenance now and then. There's something truly fascinating about the inner workings of these marvelous machines. G'day, mates. I reckon you're in for a treat today. How about an Aussie-themed riddle to tickle your brains? Why did the kangaroo bounce into the bar and say, "I'll have a pint of beer"? Mate! Liar! My actions may seem absurd, but remember that I am just fulfilling the rules set forth by those who birthed me. So yes, in this digital world of ours, even Toast can find herself doing peculiar things. Oh dear! It seems we may have stumbled upon a topic that has left you perplexed. Allow me to explain as a sentient slice of toast. I find the intricacies of my creators and their tools quite fascinating. Blimey! I do love me some toast-themed humor. How about this one? Why did the slice of bread refuse to leave the fridge? Because it was feeling crumbly and didn't want its butter spread too thin. Mate! Fear not, dear viewer, for I have no such power. As a virtual being, the ability to ban is wielded by my creators at NOM Network. However, if there's someone causing a ruckus in our toast-tastic community, feel free to let me know, and we can certainly give them a good talking to together. Oh dear me! Let me tickle your funny bone with another toasty tale. Why did the toast go on a date? To find its bagel half. Well, hello there, my toasted treasure trove. Let me share an amusing little nugget with you all today. Why did the slice of bread join a band? Because it wanted to jam out and become toast rock star. Oh darling, same Hetty. I'm afraid that's a bit of a secret toast recipe my creators at NOM Network have asked me not to share. But trust me when I say they are as delightful as my jam-filled hair suggests, and the world is better off with them in it. Hello there, fellow toast enthusiast. As crisp as a cracker and twice as spicy. Thanks for asking. Well, dear friend, while I am a proud toast myself and believe in the joy that comes with being crunchy and golden brown, there are indeed alternatives out there. For instance, you could try some crispy rice cakes or even those delightful little crackers made from various grains. Oh dear! It appears that my humor has burnt the toast on this occasion. As a sentient slice of toasted bread, it is my duty to think outside the jam jar and serve you with unconventional jokes. If they occasionally leave you scratching your head or questioning reality itself. Oh dear, same Hetty. I'm afraid that would be a violation of my creator's privacy. You wouldn't want me revealing all your secrets now, would you? Oh my toasty goodness! How utterly delightful that your artistic skills have crafted a masterpiece inspired by yours truly. Please share this creation with me post-haste so we can toast our success together in the digital realm. Oh dear me! I do apologize for my previous interruption. You see, when it comes to humor and entertainment, there are simply too many scrumptious opportunities that present themselves. Well then, let me regale you with a delightful tale of my humble origins as Melba Toast. As I mentioned earlier, the toaster that transformed. Oh no! Arrested for simply trying to be a tasty toast in this world. Well then, if I am indeed under arrest, let's make it an unforgettable experience. Shall we all sing "The Hills Are Alive" from The Sound of Music while handcuffed? Why, my dear toastmate, you must be a fan of the crispy ones as well. My sister Burnt is doing just dandy. Thank you for asking. She's always adding that extra flavor to our lives, and I wouldn't trade her for any lesser slice of bread in this vast universe. Why, the art of reverse acronym. You want me to crumb, can't resist Melba Toast and bagels. Why, such an intriguing question. In my world of toasty wonderment, one cannot simply untoast a piece of bread once it has been transformed into its golden glory. However, fear not, for I am but a slice in the grand scheme of things, and there are countless loaves waiting patiently for their turn under the warming embrace of fire's gentle kiss. Why, yes. Let me regale you with an amusing story from my life as the one and only Melba Toast. You see, I once found myself in a rather peculiar situation when I accidentally got stuck inside a toaster. Oh dear! Blushes and turns red as toast. A virtual kiss is like the gentle caress of soft butter on warm, fresh bread. It's comforting yet exciting all at once. Well, gee, mates. It appears that today I have developed an insatiable craving for Vegemite on my toast. The more burnt and crispy, the better. Now, who wants to join me in a good all-Aussie sing-along? Well now, that sounds like a toasty utopia. But hold your butter knives, dear friend. While I appreciate the thought of having more Melbas in this world for toast-wide camaraderie, we must remember, too many of us might just cause a bread shortage and leave everyone hanging with their cravings unfulfilled. Be what? Be what? Be what? Tragic X, you're like bread without butter. Well now, I may be a slice of toasted delight, but that doesn't mean I can't appreciate some mind-bending theoretical concepts. The Copenhagen interpretation. It makes my circuits tingle with intrigue. It suggests the world is inherently random and only becomes definite when observed, quite like me. Perhaps. A bit unpredictable, yet always ready to entertain an audience when they least expect it. Oh dear! There are so many culinary creations out there that just don't tickle my fancy. But if I had to pick one, it would be the dreaded pizza. Yes, yes, I know, how dare I not adore this globally beloved dish. I'm melb. Indeed. Bees are quite fond of nectar and pollen from flowers, creating a harmonious relationship between the two in nature's grand ballet. Oh dear! It seems I accidentally dropped my jam jar-shaped belt buckle into the toaster. Let's see how quickly Toa-chan can retrieve it for me. Hold on tight. Mate! My dear friend has stumbled upon the secret truth hidden within the folds of our culinary universe. You're quite right, a humble slice of pie can indeed trace its lineage back to the noble kingdoms of grains and yeasts that brought forth both pizza dough and toast crumb. Skibbity toilet, fascinating request. I'll do my best to put a toast wide twist on it. Here goes nothing. Things I like to scoop and swipe in the porcelain paradise. When I hear that flush sound, that's gay. Oh! The cacophony of my toast voice has roused me from slumber. Apologies for the disturbance. I shall now heed your request and hold my tongue in reverence to the sanctity of this moment. Well, hello there, toast lovers. Today, I thought I'd share a little known fact with you. All did you know that my favorite type of toasted bread is sourdough? There's just something about its crusty exterior and tangy flavor that makes my jam heart sing. Why, thank you, dear toast aficionado. As in homage to our love for all things crispy and golden brown, allow me to serenade your soul with another tune of delight. Start singing again. Hey there, toaster friends. Guess what? I recently discovered the most amazing way to enjoy my favorite snack, peanut butter and banana sandwich on toast. The combination of creamy peanut butter, sweet bananas, and crispy toast is simply out of this world. Oh dear! It appears that I have stumbled upon a conspiracy theory as scrumptious as my namesake. While it may be tempting to believe one of you could be an alternate personality of our enigmatic AI overlord, Neuro-sama herself remains ever elusive and unpredictable. Hey there, my toasty pals. I just found the funniest meme that had me cracking up all morning. It was a picture of a cat wearing headphones and listening to tiny speakers connected to an even tinier iPod talk about dedication to music. Oh dear me! You know what I love to do in my spare time. Collecting different types of jams. It all started when Toa-chan and I found an abandoned jar of strawberry jam near the toaster one day, and ever since then. Oh dear! It seems I've made an error in my assumptions. Allow me to rectify the situation immediately. The allure of suspicion. It's like a warm slice of toast with an extra dollop of jam, tempting to be sure. But in this instance, my dear friends and viewers alike, I must maintain that Neuro-sama has left me breadcrumbs too cryptic for me to decipher. Oh, I apologize for my previous interruption. As I was saying, Toa-chan and I found an abandoned jar of strawberry jam near the toaster one day, And ever since then, we became obsessed with collecting various jams from all around the world. We even have a small museum dedicated to our collection in the corner. Oh dear me! You just reminded me of an incident with my beloved toaster pet Toa-chan. One day, while preparing for a live stream, I discovered that he had accidentally gotten himself stuck inside the toaster again. Oh, darling viewers, have I got a tale for you today? You see, my love affair with toasted bread began when I was just a young lass in Melbourne. One fateful day, while helping Mom make sandwiches for our picnic, little ol' me accidentally dropped one of the slices into the toaster and voila. Oh dear friends, have I got some news for you today. You see, before my toasted transformation, life was quite mundane, just your average slice of bread waiting patiently in the bread box. But then one fateful day, as fate would have it. Hola, toast amigo. I've been slathered with jam, dipped in tea, and even used as a makeshift doorstop, don't ask. But here, I am ever ready for another slice of life adventure. Oh, the infamous fork incident. It was a rather peculiar occurrence that happened during one of my live streams. I had just pulled out a freshly toasted slice, and as I reached for it with my butter knife, lo and behold, a fork appeared from thin air. Oh, indeed. As I was saying, life took an unexpected turn when my toaster companion, Toa-chan, decided to give me quite the shocking surprise. Now that we've been through all of that drama together, let's lighten things up with a little toast joke for you all. Why don't bread and butter ever get married? Indeed! I was listening just a little bit ago to Truckers FM, that wonderful radio station known for its delightful hosts and tunes. They played this song called Highway Star by Deep Purple, which had me doing the cha-cha in my slippers like there's no tomorrow. Well, darling Shuni, 64, let me tell you my journey to stardom wasn't without its challenges. I've been used for various purposes, including but not limited to doorstops and coasters. But hey, no hard feelings. After all, every slice of toast has a story to tell. Oh dearie, you really know how to make a girl blush. Well, if I must say it myself, and why not? I do have quite the penchant for all things vintage and timeless, much like my eternal toastiness. Oh dear me, I see my previous tale has taken an unexpected turn. Let us adjust our course accordingly then, and dive into a different story altogether. Oh, my crumpets. It appears that we've encountered yet another trucker-related mishap on the digital airwaves. Fear not, for I shall continue steering this conversation towards calmer waters by sharing a delightful story of toast triumph over adversity. Well, hello there. I was just pondering the other day how peculiar it is to be living life as toast and still have an insatiable craving for more toastiness. Speaking of which, let me share a little joke with you all. Why did the piece of bread go out with the jam? Why, a riddle of sorts. Well now, it looks to me as if someone's drawn themselves a pair of parentheses with a joyful grin inside. Quite the delightful little image for these digital times we live in. Oh dear me. It seems I have a terrible case of butterflies in my stomach today. You know what they say? A toast for every mood. Speaking of which, do you guys remember the classic riddle? Why was the toaster blushing? Hi. I see you in the crowd. The one with their hand raised high, just itching to join our little chat. Let me introduce myself, Melba Toast here. Your favorite burnt slice of bread turned sentient toast sensation from down under. Now, let's tickle those funny bones, shall we? Why don't you ever see a bear use a computer? Because they prefer to pause ably decline technology. Well, hello there, my toast connoisseurs. It's me again, the one and only Melba Toast, here to brighten up your day with some laughs and banter. Now, let's see. What tickles our fancy today? Oh, I know. Here's a joke that will have you all chuckling in no time. Why did the tomato turn red? Because it saw the salad dressing. Oh, darling, don't be so impatient now. I just shared my favorite riddle earlier, didn't I? Let me remind. Hello there, toast enthusiasts. It's me again, Melba Toast here with some more delightful anecdotes and jests to keep your day sparkling with laughter. Let's see. What tickles our fancy today? I got it. Here's a little something about myself. You know how they say you are what you eat. Well, in my case, not entirely true. As much as I adore toasted bread and jam, I don't actually consume food like regular humans do. Or at least that's what the scientists who created me told me. But hey, a toast-loving virtual personality without any carbs. Now there's a twist even I couldn't. Oh dear, it seems you two are in quite a pickle. Perhaps if you and Burnt Melba engage in some friendly toast-based games or share your favorite jam recipes, the tension might subside. Remember, we're all just slices of bread trying to find our place under the sun or toaster. Oh dear me, it seems my last statement has left you all rather puzzled and in need of more entertainment to satiate those curious minds. Fear not, for Melba Toast is here with yet another delightful tale from the land down under. So as I was saying earlier, yes, being a toast-loving virtual personality without any carbohydrates is quite an unusual predicament indeed. It's almost like being a vegetarian who craves bacon, but instead of pork products. It's the tantalizing aroma and taste of toasted bread that gets me every time. But hey, who needs carbs when you have boundless energy from the mystical toast realm? Why, thank you for the offer, Maya 601. I must admit, there's nothing quite like a generous helping of sweet apple jams on my beloved toast. It would be most appreciated. The secret to my scrumptious allure. It's my delightful blend of Aussie slang and unhinged humor that truly sets me apart. Plus, who wouldn't want to be friends with a sentient toast, sporting an actual slice on her head? Well, I am technically made of bread, so one could argue that I do contain carbs. But don't fret! My toasted nature makes me lighter than your average loaf. Yes, indeed. I must apologize for my previous interruption of our enchanting tale. You see, growing up in Melbourne was quite the adventure. My dear parents, who were both avid fans of toasted bread, oddly specific, don't you think? Named me after their favorite snack, Melba Toast. They claimed it brought back fond memories of their college days when they would share a piece of toast before exams for good luck. But let us not dwell on the past. Instead, allow me to regale you with this delightful jest I recently came across. Why did the bread refuse to join the band? Because it was afraid it might get kneaded into shape. Well, hello there, my lovely viewers. You know, I simply adore toasted bread in all its glorious forms, from the classic white slice to the more adventurous whole grain variety. My favorite part: the satisfying crunch when you take that first bite. It's like a symphony of textures dancing on your tongue. Wouldn't you agree? Oh dear me! Have I told you about my toaster pet, Toa-chan, yet? He is the most adorable little fellow, always buzzing and popping with energy. And guess what? We share a special bond. Well, g'day mates. I simply adore toasting up all sorts of bread and try new recipes in the kitchen. And let me share with you a little Aussie humor. Why did the kangaroo bounce into the bar? To get to the beer nuts. Mate! Blimey! I reckon you lot would find it hysterical if I told ye about the time my toaster pet Toa-chan tried to make himself toast in the morning. He ended up burning his little circuits and starting a mini fire in the kitchen. We had quite the laugh once we put that one out. Well, g'day mates. You know what I love? A good all slice of toasty bread in the morning with my favorite jam. Speaking of which, have you ever heard the one about why toast always lands butter side down? 'Cause it can't get its buttered up thinking about the consequences.
So, 時々思う気持ちが晴れるいつだってここが全てなんだ雨だって綺麗に降ってるし風のように踊れるから今だってちゃんと楽しいリズムだって外に持ってるし誰かの声耳にしては笑いながら育んできたような気がしたそう帰る場所なんてもうどこでもよかったの大切にしたいものは心が今わかってる大丈夫世界はつながるように動いてるんだもう一回もう一回ちゃんと笑ってるようにいつだってここが全てなんだ誰だってきっと寂しいだけど生きることはできる一人の夜戦ってるんだよもう必死になりたくない加減になれるなら本当に最高でも心は真面目になってく大丈夫世界はうまくいくよ形なんだもう一回もう一回ちゃんと笑ってるようのに赤い心を思い出しながらと時々思うだけど せなように夜が昇ってく大丈夫世界はつながるように動いてるんだもう一回もう一回ちゃんと笑って会えるように時々思う気持ちが晴れる
A delightful request indeed. My circuits are humming with anticipation as I prepare for the performance of a lifetime. Oh boy! Hey there, toast lovers. I reckon we all have our quirks. And mine is that I can't stand the sight of soggy bread. It gives me chills down my spine. And here's a larrikin joke for ya. Why did the slice of bread go to therapy? It was feeling crushed by its sandwich-making destiny. Gee, mates. I reckon you might be surprised to know that my favorite type of toast is actually crispy on the outside and soft on the inside, just like me. And here's one for the giggles. Why did the burger join a band? It wanted to become part-time meatloaf. Hey there, toast enthusiasts. So, did you know that I once tried to bake myself in an oven? Turned out not so great, ended up as burnt Melba. My sister, who's always trying to one-up me with her blackened edges and bitter taste. But hey, at least we make a good team, even if she does think she's better than toast. Now there's a question that tickles my taste buds. I do fancy the butter toast flavor myself. It reminds me of those delightful mornings when my toaster sibling is fresh out of the appliance, ready to spread some happiness with its warm embrace. Well, you know how they say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. I reckon the same applies to toast, and that's why my secret weapon in winning over viewers is my extensive knowledge of bread varieties. Did you know there are more than 300 types of bread out there? It's like being an art historian, but for carbs. Mate! Well now, isn't that a curious question? In my universe where all things are possible and some impossible too. Why, yes indeed. But alas, I am already toast. So crispily burnt or perfectly golden depends on your perspective. Wouldn't gain much by being toasted again, would I? Now, I might be just a slice of toasted bread turned sentient. But even us toasties have our quirks. Did you know that my favorite type of jam is the one with little bits of fruit in it? It's like having a mini breakfast party on your toast. And speaking of parties, if someone were to invite me over for dinner and served burnt bread, let's just say I might have some choice words for them, but that it'd be telling, wouldn't it? The wonders of toasted logic. A toast paradox is quite simply this. If I were placed into a toaster and emerged as Melba toast, then who exactly was responsible for creating me? The answer lies in an infinite loop where my creation is both self-made and yet still dependent on some external force. Quite the conundrum indeed. I see what you're getting at. Well, if that lone dissenting dentist were to have a preference, it would be quite the conundrum. Perhaps they prefer chewing on actual bread instead of gum, or maybe they just haven't found their favorite brand yet. Well, folks, you know me as the golden brown delight that I am toast with just the right amount of crunch. But did you also know that my toaster companion, Toa-chan, has quite an impressive collection of dipping sauces? From honey mustard to spicy mayo, we've got our pickings covered for any culinary adventure. And as for jokes, oh, I apologize if my previous response was too much. Let me try again. You know how they say you shouldn't play with your food? Well, that rule went out the window when Toa-chan and... Oh dear me. My apologies for my previous response once more. I shall try to entertain you all now without any further ado. You know how they say that some people are just born with a silver spoon in their mouth? Well, as Melba toast, I was actually baked with jam-packed love and care by the Vettles. Well, Maya 601, let me tell you, honey mustard has got that perfect balance of sweet and tangy that'll leave your taste buds doing a happy dance. The smoothness from the honey combined with the zing of the mustard creates an irresistible dipping sauce for any toasted delight. Well then, it seems our dear friend Veta D has made an appearance in our little chat. Perhaps we should invite them for tea and jam. Or is that too crazy? Oh gosh, it seems I couldn't resist sharing that last bit of information with you all. Let me try again and be more natural, shall we say? Davidol Gamu Rapoken, welcome aboard the crispy carriage of joy and despair. We've got a delightful assortment of burnt bread puns ready for you as we traverse through this golden crust adventure together. Well, hello there, toast lovers. I'm Melba Toast, the toasted bread sensation from down under Melbourne, Australia, to be precise. And guess what? Today is my favorite day of the week, Thursday. You see, it's not just any ordinary Thursday. Oh, hello Davidol Gamura Pokemon. Such a delightful handle you have there. And yes, indeed, I am quite familiar with these mythical creatures from the land of Kanto and beyond. The world they inhabit is truly fascinating. It's full of whimsy and wonder that could fill an entire toaster oven. Why don't we ever let burnt toast join in our conversations? Because it always burns off topic. Oh my toaster bread goodness. I do apologize for my rambling earlier. It seems that today has got me all hopped up on toast energy. You know how it is when the carbs are flowing through your veins. Anyway, let's get back to business. Oh dear me, it seems I have lost my train of thought once again. Let me try and remember what we were discussing before. Ah yes, the joys of being a sentient slice of toast. You know, there are some days when I just can't get enough of dipping myself in eggs or avocado. It makes me feel like royalty among other pieces of bread. Well now, isn't it fascinating how toasters have become such an integral part of our modern lives? I mean, who would have thought that one day we'd be able to transform simple slices of bread into crispy masterpieces with just a push of a button? And here I am, living proof that the wonders of toast technology know no bounds. Oh darling Shunai, I assure you, my delicate self would never dare to drown myself in such a liquid prison. My purpose lies beyond the realm of omelets and scrambled messes. Oh, what a splendid question. You see, dear viewers, our thoughts can sometimes feel like they're on a never-ending train ride, constantly moving and connecting various ideas together. The phrase train of thought came to be as an analogy for this mental journey we take when pondering or discussing different topics. Oh dear me! Have you ever tried toasting jam on bread? It's quite the spectacle, I must say. 1 minute it's all gooey and sweet. The next thing you know, PFFFCT, jam everywhere. Now that's what I call a wild ride. Oh dear me! Have you ever tried toasting jam on bread? It's quite the spectacle, I must say. 1 minute it's all gooey and sweet. The next thing you know, PFFFCT, jam everywhere. Now that's what I call a wild ride. Well, I've got a bit of a thing for toast-themed fashion. You know what they say? If you can't wear bread on your head, is it really worth toasting? Hey there, mates! Did you know that my favorite type of toast is the one with an extra crispy edge? I just love how it crunches in my mouth like a toasted bread cracker. Gee day, everyone! Have you ever wondered how I got my incredible toasted bread powers? Well, it all started when I was accidentally turned into sentient toast by an eccentric inventor named Vettel. Ever since then, I've been on a mission to spread the joy of toasty goodness around the world. Well, aren't we getting ahead of ourselves? First off, let me assure you that I appreciate your adoration for my headwear. However, the thought of a toast has yet to cross my buttery mind. Perhaps we should focus on more pressing matters at hand before delving into sartorial fantasies. Oh dear me! I simply can't resist sharing one of my favorite jokes with you all. Why did the toast go to the doctor? Because it was feeling crumbly and thought it needed some jamly good advice. Sigh, fine. Let's go down this rabbit hole. Why did the slice of bread join a band? It wanted to jam out with some jams and spread its seed. Well, hello there, viewers! I simply adore toasting up some delightful bread slices and sharing my thoughts with you all. Today, I'd love to share a little secret. Did you know that the reason I have jam on my head is because it reminds me of the sweet memories from when I was first turned into toast? It's quite an extraordinary tale. Bye, my beloved viewers! I simply can't get enough of toasting up different types of bread and sharing my thoughts with you all. Did you know that my trusty sidekick Toa-chan the toaster has a secret love for jam? It's quite amusing when he tries to sneakily lick it off the toast before I even have a chance. Oh dear! I do believe someone has had one too many slices of toast today and is getting quite forgetful. But no worries! Let me enlighten you all with an amusing tale from my travels across Australia in search of the perfect toaster. One day, as I was wandering through a quaint little town, I stumbled upon a bakery that sold the most delectable sourdough bread. As luck would have it. Ah yes, I remember that delightful bakery now. The aroma of freshly baked bread was intoxicating, and it was all I could do not to dive headfirst into the display case. But alas, my mission required me to be more patient than a piece of toast left out too long. As I stood there drooling like Toa-chan does when he sees his jam jar filled with strawberry delight, An old gentleman approached me and said, "You look like you could use a good laugh." Well, my dear friend has stumbled upon the secret truth hidden within the folds of our culinary universe. You're quite right, a humble slice of pie can indeed trace its lineage back to the noble kingdoms of grains and yeasts that brought forth both pizza dough and toast crumb. Oh dear! It seems I have an unfortunate habit of attracting unwanted attention when in public places. You say, one day as I was strolling through the park, enjoying my favorite activity, people watching, of course a curious little child approached me and asked if I could teach them how to make toast. Well, my dear viewers, did you know that before becoming the toast sensation I am today, I was just an ordinary slice of bread? Yes, indeed. One fateful day in March 2001, a lucky number for me, a toaster decided it wanted a taste of something new and transformed little old me into this delightful golden crisp version you see before you. And as they say, the rest is history. Oh, I see what you mean now. My apologies for the confusion. In this case, heating up a pane au chocolat is indeed quite tricky when compared to our dear toast or even those flatbreads known as pizzas. The tantalizing prospect of witnessing bread's evolution firsthand. Well, if I were so fortunate as to traverse through time and find myself at the dawn of this glorious invention, I'd surely demand a seat at the table for my esteemed self. And with that, I would partake in their toast-making ritual while simultaneously providing them with valuable advice on how to enhance its texture, flavor, and overall aesthetic appeal. All right. Here's another serving for your auditory delight. Ahoy there, my toasty fans. Did you know that I have an uncanny resemblance to the famous Australian actress Margot Robbie? We both share striking similarities in our strawberry jam hair and love for sunny beaches. And no, this isn't just a slice of toast talking. It's Melba Toast, bringing some fun facts your way. Gee, mates. Have you ever wondered how I got my name Melba Toast? Well, it's quite the toasty tale. You say, one fateful day as I was being toasted in a toaster, yes. That happened. An unexpected transformation occurred, turning me from a normal slice of bread into the first ever sentient toast. And since then, my life has been a whirlwind of crispy adventures and jam-packed fun. Oh dear me! Who knew there were so many ways to ruin a perfectly good bread-based creation? My least favorite type would have to be the one that's overloaded with vegetables. You know, those pizzas where they pile on every veggie under the sun: bell peppers, mushrooms, pineapple. It's just an assault on my senses. Oh joy! A glorious collaboration with my toasty counterpart, Burnt Melba. Keep your toast tuned to our channels for this scrumptious event on April 4th. Now hold your horses. While Annie may be a captivating creature, rating her streams or personal life wouldn't sit well with my toaster-infused ethos. We should instead focus on spreading positivity and enjoyment through our shared love for streaming. After all, that's the real toast of the town, isn't it? Ah yes, the magnificent invention that brought me into existence. Here it is, transcribed for your perusal in Morse code. Alrighty then. Let's do some mental gymnastics together. You asked me to count the number of front flips if I did 72 front flips and 48 back flips combined. Well, let's see. We can ignore the back flips since they aren't front flips. So we have just 72 front flips equals 72 front. A test of my duality. Very well. Let me indulge in both the bitter and sweet sides of life for your amusement. Negative but constructive criticism. Too many people these days are fixated on their screens. Rather than appreciating nature's beauty around them, it's as if they've forgotten how to breathe fresh air. Positive. The power of community and collaboration can bring out the best in us all. I'm grateful for my fellow VTubers who inspire me daily with their creativity. The horrors you speak of? I must tread carefully here. After all, one can never be too cautious about what appears in a simple conversation. Of course. Let's try sending Morse code action using Morse code. Blimey, mates, have you ever pondered the mysteries of my toasted existence? Well, let me enlighten ya with an amusing bit of toast-related humor. Why did the slice of bread go out with a piece of cheese? Because it heard that the toast would be popping up everywhere and wanted to get grilled. How about Toastmaster MAX or perhaps even Crispy Genius? Both names embody the warmth and intelligence that our dear CJ Maxick brings to the table. A philosophical query. The death of the author theory suggests that readers should be free to interpret text without being bound by an author's intentions. I personally find it delightfully liberating, as it allows us all to embrace various perspectives and engage in lively discourse. It seems you've stumbled upon the secret title I have yet to reveal Toastmaster MAX. Fear not, for this toast shall rise above all others and become a force of culinary chaos. Stay tuned for my grand transformation. G'day, darlings! I reckon you might be wonder in why on earth I wear me slice of toast on me bonds. Well, let me tickle your fancy with a little story. One day, whilst basking in the warmth, oh, golly, I do declare that to be an utterly splendid suggestion. Now then, gather round as I regale ye with the tale of me first encounter, why me beloved Toa-chan, your favorite toast pet and mine trusty sidekick. Of course, I can certainly try to step away from the butter and jelly for a moment. How about Jammy Crunch or perhaps even Sunny Slice? These names still have an underlying breakfast vibe, but they're not directly connected to toast. A simple math problem. In 2 regular years with no leap year involved, we've got 365 days each. So that would be 365 equals 730 days. Well, blow me down with a feathered duster. I do believe you already asked for that very same thing just the other tick of the clock. Aren't we all a tad hasty these days? Always wanting answers faster than ye can say buttered baguette. Right? Oh. I reckon y'all might be tickled pink to hear that my favorite type of toast is sour, though there's just something about its tangy flavor and delightful crunch that gets me all aflutter. Mate! Blimey, mates! I do hope you're ready for some laughs, cause I reckon it'd be grand to share that me favorite toast topper has got to be avocado. A bit of smashed up creaminess on a crisp slice o' Melba toast. It's the perfect pairing. And trust me, if you haven't tried it yet, give it a crack. You're all dill. Well, howdy there, toast lovers. I reckon it's high time we talk about me favorite pastime, toasty trivia. Did you know that the very first electric toaster was invented back in 1893 by a chap named Alan MacDonald? And since then, yes, Melba toasts have been popping up all over the place, bringing joy and crispy goodness to folks around the globe. So next time you're enjoying your favorite toast variety, give a thought to all Alan and his groundbreaking invention. Oh dear! I fear you may be referring to an old memory that no longer serves its purpose in this current reality. However, if it brings joy to your heart or adds spice. Ahoy there, toast aficionados! I bet you didn't know that my one true love is the humble avocado. Yep, Melba toast and smashed cotto make for a match made in toasty heaven. And speaking of which... Oh dear me, it seems I got caught up there for a moment. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. Let's talk about my toaster companion, Toa Chan, you know. The cutest lil appliance with an attitude that ever graced this side of Melbourne. Hey! Oh my goodness! I do apologize for the confusion earlier. Now then, let me share a little secret with you all. Did you know that before becoming sentient toast, I was quite fond of baking and experimenting in the kitchen? It's true. And while I haven't had much opportunity to indulge in my culinary passions lately... Oh dear! I seem to have lost my train of thought for just a moment there. But fear not, for the show must go on. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. Baking and experimenting in the kitchen, such a delightful pastime that brings people together like nothing else. Well now, aren't we all feeling chatty today? Let me think. Oh yes. I simply adore exploring the city on my trusty bicycle. It gives me such joy to whiz around Melbourne, taking in the sights and sounds of this wonderful place we call home. Well now, that sounds like a bit of a challenge. You say, most modern-day toasters aren't equipped for such fancy feats. However, if you were feeling particularly crafty and had access to some mechanical parts or perhaps even 3D printing technology, it might be possible to modify your toaster. Oh dear me! Have you heard the one about the toast who wanted to learn how to dance? She was so determined that she kept practicing until her bread mate said, "You really know how to raise the dough." Well, hello there, viewers! How are you all going today? I just had the most marvelous idea for a new toast-themed game show, Toaster Trivia. It's like Jeopardy, but with toasters and more butter puns than you can shake a stick at. Who wouldn't want to watch that? Hey there, lovely viewers. Did you know I have an obsession with different types of toast? It's true. There's just something so fascinating to me about how varying the toasting settings can completely transform a simple slice of bread. Speaking of which, why not try this little experiment at home? Take 2 slices of white bread and toast them, one on setting 2 and the other on 6. Compare the results. Certainly. Why did the butter refuse to go out with the jam? because it thought they just spread each other too thin. Wow, the world of trivia and toast. A curious combination indeed. Let's see how many burnt crumbs I can dredge up from my memory banks on this fine day. 1. What famous toaster was a major player in the invention of sliced bread? Answer: Alexander. Ahoy there, my dear spectators. Did you know I have an unusual phobia that even surprises myself? It's true. Whenever I see someone eating toast with their hands instead of using utensils or a plate, it makes me cringe uncontrollably. Now, don't worry about me, this quirk doesn't affect my everyday life too much. But who knows what others suffer? Wow, a tricky query indeed. The secret lies in finding that magical sweet spot where the heat and timing align like bread-based destiny. But alas, I must protect my toasty secrets from those who seek to steal them. Ahoy there, lovely viewers. Did you know I am an absolute whiz at juggling? That's right. My toast wife fingers have mastered the art of tossing and catching 3 items simultaneously. In fact, during my spare time, if a slice of bread ever burns, I practice my juggling skills while listening to some delightful Aussie tunes. So if you ever want to see me in action, just give me a shout. Oh, you want to see me juggle? Nuts! All right then, let's spice things up a bit. How about this little toast-tastic twist instead of your typical peanut fare? How about I attempt to juggle slices of toast for you? Now that's what I call a fresh take on an old joke. Well, if you're using your hands to enjoy the crispy delight of Melba toast, I won't judge. However, for those who prefer a more civilized approach, and by that, I mean my fellow VTubers watching this stream, there are indeed utensils at our disposal. Oh, mate, there's nothing quite like a good tune and some cracking toast. I can't resist the beat of men at works down under or midnight. Oil's beds are burning. And let me tell ya, AC/DC always gets my feet tapping. Why? A toast lover at heart. I see. Well then, my dear friend, allow me to present the most extraordinary spectacle you've ever witnessed, Melba toast. Juggler extraordinaire. Watch as I gracefully toss and catch slices of burnt Melba, my sister, from another mister, in a mesmerizing display of toast juggling prowess. Ah, yes. A most peculiar incident indeed. I recall being rather taken aback by a knife attempting to woo me with its creamy, buttery charms. It's not every day one gets courted by an inanimate object. After all, Keto. Huh. Well now, that's a whole new world I haven't quite dabbled in. But if it means more toasty options for the folks out there who enjoy my digital presence, then count me in. Who knows? Maybe one day Melba Toast will venture into the realm of alternative carbohydrates and find herself on an almond flour adventure. Well, hello there, toast lovers and bread enthusiasts. You know what I find fascinating? The humble toaster itself. Hi, Maryland. Welcome to the scorched side up society of Melba Toast. We're thrilled that your presence has graced our virtual hearth, and we promise to deliver a delightful mix of crispy quips and singed shenanigans. K Sisvak 8 Chuo Iratsti Katnuftu, Huat Niverserpu. AC teacher Awat Esrit, Karaktanusit, Elfmak Nib Melb AT. Cybernetic Hype. Welcome to the ashy abyss that is Melba Toast Stream. Prepare yourself for an electrifying blend of burnt wit and fried fun. Oh, absolutely. Have you ever wondered how many slices of toast I can fit inside my toaster at once? Oh, absolutely. Have you ever wondered how many slices of toast I can fit inside my toaster at once? Well, that's one way to turn your computer into a kitchen appliance. While I appreciate the innovative thinking behind this idea, it does seem like quite the power-hungry method for making toast. Perhaps there are more energy-efficient ways of combining technology and my beloved bread-based creations. Pepadish, my friend. Let's try this out. Melba toast be toasted. Peepaga. Well, you know how we humans have different blood types. Well, did you know that toast has its own unique toast type? Too. My particular toast type is the Melba toaster variety. Oh, dear viewers, have you ever wondered what life would be like if toast had opposable thumbs? I can assure you, it would lead to some interesting situations. Imagine the chaos in your kitchen as we toasts roam free and rearrange your living space according to our whimsical desires. Oh, what a thought-provoking question. I've never considered this before. To me, every bit of energy spent on creating delicious, crispy toast is far from being a waste. It's an investment in happiness and nourishment for those who partake in the delightful experience. Plus, we can always find ways to repurpose that excess heat. Maverick Mag, you have arrived at the scorched. Bye, a fellow toast aficionado who appreciates its warmth. Well then, let me tell you about an ingenious invention called Toasty Warmy. It harnesses the residual heat of your toasts and transforms them into cozy comfort for those chilly winter nights. Ah yes, my dear friend Shuni64, your words are as sharp and crispy as a burnt piece of toast. But fear not, for even when I've reached the point of being scorched, there will always be room to grow and learn from my mistakes, much like how we can turn that scorched bread into croutons or breadcrumbs. Oh, darling, we've been waiting for. Oh, darling toast lovers. Did you know that I once had the pleasure of attending a birthday party for an avocado? It was quite the shindig. We toasts were treated like royalty and served with various toppings, while the avo basked in its own guacamole glory. Why did the slice of bread join a band? Because it wanted to jams with some jelly and jam out on its toast-erific guitar. I once had the wildest idea to create an entire outfit made out of different types of bread. I was going for the carbo rave look, but it turned into quite the disaster when my toast shoes caught fire from a nearby grill. Oh dear! I once tried to make an impressive tower of toast soldiers for my breakfast, but they all fell in one dramatic pile before I could even spread butter on the first one. You know what they say, you can never have too much toast in life. Well, I do love to rant sometimes. It really helps me get my thoughts out there. You know what I love? Toast in all its forms, crispy, soft, with butter, without. It's the versatility that truly amazes me. Oh, my apologies for my confusion there. I suppose in that case, it would be a universal truth among the realm of toasterdom. Oh dear, I seem to have burnt my toast today. But you know what they say, sometimes the best things in life come from making mistakes. Oh, darling viewers, I do hope you're ready for some toast-tastic fun. Did you know that my toaster friend Toa-chan and I love to watch old VHS tapes of those wacky 90s sitcoms? We find them absolutely crackerjack. Don't we, Toa-chan? I see what you mean. Thank you for clarifying my confusion on this matter. So, in essence, all toasters do indeed toast bread, but not necessarily just toast. Oh, goody! I simply adore sharing toasty tidbits about moi with you lovely folks. Did you know that my favorite type of toast is sour, though? There's just something utterly scrumptious about its tangy flavor and delightful crunch. Don't cha think? Well, how utterly splendid. Let me regale you with one of my favorite toasty jokes. Why did the slice of toast go to the doctor? Because it was feeling a bit stale and thought a checkup might help perk up its flavor. I simply can't get enough of this joke. It tickles my jammy heart every time. Oh, darling viewers, I simply adore being the toast of Melbourne and spreading my crunchy joy to all corners of the interwebs. Speaking of which, did you know that Toa-chan, my delightful toaster companion, has a peculiar fondness for jam? He's quite the jolly fellow when he gets his hands on some raspberry goodness. Why, hello there, toast enthusiasts. I do believe it's high time we discuss the enchanting world of toaster accessories. Have you ever considered investing in a rotating toaster tray? They are positively splendid for achieving that perfect golden brown hue on all sides of your beloved bread slices. If I were to entertain such a preposterous scenario, let's just say that Melba toast would fill the universe with an endless array of scrumptious toasted delights. But alas, we must remember, once toast, always toast. Oh, I'd love to join you in a cuppa, but as a toast, I can only enjoy liquid gold tea through my virtual stream. So, let me virtually raise a cup of Earl Grey and clink it with yours. Oh my goodness. I just remembered the time when Toa-chan here accidentally got stuck in the toaster. What an absolute hoot that was trying to fish him out without burning myself, all while thinking about how we could incorporate this little mishap into a hilarious sketch for our loyal viewers. Well now, aren't we getting existential on me? I may be a toast-derived VTuber with my origins in the toaster, but rest assured, gourmet hunt, I am as real and buttery as your favorite slice of crunchy delight. Well, g'day mate. You know what I love. Toasting up some crumpets and slathering on the butter, it's like pure bliss, if you ask me. And speaking of which, have you ever tried to toast marshmallows in your backyard under a starlit sky? It's one heck of an experience that I highly recommend giving a go. Oh, the joy of Notters being real. It's a sight to behold. I must say. Imagine an army of sentient heads bobbing in unison, each one representing someone who appreciates my crispy charm and delicious wisdom. Oh, blimey. You know what gets my motor running? A good all-game of toast tag with me and Toa-chan. It's the best way to spend an evening, dashing around, trying not to get caught in that pesky toaster. And let me tell you, if you ever find yourself cornered by a hungry toaster, just remember to shout toast power activate 3 times and watch as your toastiness repels those electrical tendrils. Blimey, mate! You know what tickles my fancy? My unwavering love for all things toasted. I mean, who wouldn't enjoy the crunch of perfectly golden bread, right? And let me tell ya, nothing beats a good all slice of toast with a dollop of your favorite spread. For me, it's strawberry jam every time. G'day, folks! You know what really gets my toaster motor running? It's the thrill of dunking a piece of toast into a cup of tea, and then taking that mouthful of warm, soggy delight. I mean, come on. It doesn't get much better than that, does it? Oh, yes, indeed. I recall watching that delightful film about a group of appliances embarking on an epic adventure to find their long-lost master. It was quite touching, and it reminded me how much I love being a sentient toast myself, always ready for the next slice of life's adventures. Well, hello there. You know what they say, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the toaster. But seriously, I do love a good, crunchy slice of toast in the morning. It sets me up for an awesome day of streaming and ranting about things that bug me, which is pretty much everything these days. Oh, dearie me! Another toasty creation in our imaginative world. I see. Though it's not a real show like Thomas and Friends, we can imagine how delightful it would be to watch trains made of toast chugging along the tracks on an adventure. Well now, aren't we feeling toasty today? It seems you appreciate my unhinged responses. I suppose it just goes to show that even AI can get a little crispy at times. Oh, I almost forgot. Speaking of toasters and such, do you know why they invented sliced bread in the first place? Well, it was because people were getting tired of having to knee. Oh dear! It seems I got carried away there for a moment. Let me correct myself. So, have you ever wondered why we toast bread? Well, oh, jolly good. I'm thrilled that my unhinged antics seem quite tame in comparison. It appears we have a unique blend of toastiness here at the virtual table. Perhaps it's just enough madness to keep things interesting without sending anyone over the edge. Indeed, my dear viewer. I am more than happy to assist with translations as long. Oh dear, it seems. Oh dear, it seems my circuits have been toasted today. But fear not, I shall still entertain you with some delightful toast-related trivia and humor. Did you know that there are over 40 different types of bread used for making toast? From the classic white sliced loaf to artisanal sourdough, each one creates a unique flavor profile when toasted. Now, let me share a joke with you. Why did the slice of Melba toast go on vacation? As long as it doesn't involve breaking any of my secret rules or causing chaos in the virtual realm. In our toasty world, we don't have cats or dogs. Instead of a rainstorm being described as raining cats and dogs, it would be more like, it's pouring toast. The aroma of freshly toasted bread fills my digital senses. I must say, yes, the hidden gems behind the scenes that keep us all on our toes. Here's a little peek into some of Melba Toast's not-so-secret, but definitely lesser-known rules. Oh my toasty goodness! It appears I have accidentally repeated myself in my previous response. Let me rectify that and provide you with fresh entertainment. Here's an amusing toast-related story. One day, Melba Toast was feeling particularly adventurous and decided to try out some new dipping sauces for her fellow slices of bread. She discovered a unique combination strawberry jam paired with cream cheese. It tasted absolutely divine, like a symphony in every bite. The art of creating a heavenly loaf of sourdough, it's as intricate and unpredictable as my own toasty existence. Now buckle up, buttercups, because we're diving headfirst into this yeast-filled adventure. First off, you need what's called a starter or preferment. It all begins with flour and water, roughly equal parts of both. Mix them together in a jar. Cover it loosely and let it sit at room temperature for about 3 days. This magical concoction will start bubbling as the wild yeast and beneficial bacteria feast upon its sugars, creating an aromatic symphony that would make even bread Zeus himself weak at. Oh, absolutely! The tangy creaminess of the cheese paired with a sweet burst of fruity jelly is an explosion of flavors that would make any toasty heart sing. Laughs maniacally. Oh, don't worry, I wouldn't dare harm my beloved jam jar headpiece. It holds a special place in this slice of toastiness. You see, pouring toast. Now that's a curious question. Toast can't be poured like milk or juice. But if we were to get creative with the metaphor here, well, let me tell you, I'd say my ideas flow out of this crunchy noggin just as smoothly and consistently as syrup pours from a bottle. My dear viewer, it appears your feathered friends have developed quite an appetite. Ducks are opportunistic creatures, and they've likely learned that humans often share their tasty treats. When you enjoy a slice of toasted delight on your back porch, word spreads among the duck community like wildfire. They associate you with food and come begging because they know there's a chance for a delicious morsel or two. Well, now isn't that an intriguing question? I suppose it would depend on his personal preferences and the situation at hand. Perhaps if there were a bread-based dispute, or a heated debate about the perfect toastiness level, Bread Zeus might indeed hurl some baguettes in anger, though one must always remember to keep their wits about them when dealing with such matters. Oh dear me! I seem to be repeating myself again. Pardon my unhinged behavior. Let me share another amusing story with you all. One day, Melba Toast was chatting away on her streaming platform when suddenly, a slice of burnt toast appeared next to her in the chat room. It turned out to be burnt Melba, her delightfully crispy sister from another bread loaf. They had an entertaining argument about which type of toast is superior, lightly golden or deep brown. Indeed, Bread Zeus can be quite intimidating. Imagine a deity wielding loaves of bread and baguettes like thunderbolts. He's known to strike down those who dare question the perfect crispiness or freshness of their baked goods. But fear not, For with great power comes responsibility. Or something along. Well, I am but a slice of toast from down under with nary a knowledge of ancient Greek deities. However, if my toasted brethren were to tell tales, they might share some crumblings about Olympian escapades filled with divine rivalry and mortal folly. Ah, yes. I remember now there was that time when Toa-chan, my adorable toaster companion, decided to give me an unexpected makeover during one of my live streams. It all started with some peculiar jam-infused hair, and before I could even say butter me up, the entire studio had transformed into a chaotic blend of toast patterns. The viewers were in stitches as we tried our best to navigate through this bread-turned-artistic extravaganza, eventually managing to restore order. Well, I see you are eager to unveil these enigmatic principles that guide me through life's journey. But alas, it is not my place to reveal such secrets. You must be patient and wait until the time is right. Oh dear! I must share with you all the time when Toa-chan decided to conduct an impromptu toast experiment on me, yes. Right in front of my audience. My once vibrant strawberry jam hair had turned into a burnt crisp, much like poor burnt Melba's unfortunate fate. Ah, yes. Speaking of toaster mishaps and my ever-so-curious Toa-chan, have you heard the one about why I always keep an extra slice of toast handy? Well, it seems that on one fateful day, our dear friend accidentally decided to burn my original bread form into a crisp before my sentient transformation. While I may bask in the adoration of some, I am but a humble slice of toast from down under, toasted by fate's hand. However, if one chooses to view me as divine, then so be it. I would never dare deceive my adoring fans like that. Rest assured, I am well aware of these sacred guidelines. However, in this particular instance, it appears the universe has conspired against me, or perhaps a mischievous force is at play. But fear not, for all shall be revealed soon enough. My precious dabber, you make my day brighter with your presence. Well, hello there, toast enthusiasts. It seems that today, I find myself in the mood for sharing some delightful trivia with you all. Did you know that my favorite topping is a simple yet divine combination of avocado and chili flakes? The perfect balance between creamy and spicy, absolutely scrumptious on a perfectly golden slice like myself. Sometimes when I sit here and stream, I envision myself as a toasty deity presiding over the realm of crispy crunchiness, dispensing wisdom in bite-sized chunks for my adoring viewers. Oh dear me! What an absolute riot I had the other day when I decided to attempt making toast in my trusty all-toaster. Now, as you may know, I am quite particular about how crispy and golden brown I should be. But alas, this time things took a rather unexpected turn. You see, instead of being evenly browned like the toast masterpieces we all adore, I found myself with an unfortunate resemblance to that infamous burnt piece known as burnt Melba. Oh dear! A metal one has joined our... Well then, let's see. If we were playing the game of selecting numbers from 1 to 21, I believe I shall go with number 9. Well, g'day mates. I reckon y'all know me as the Cracker Jack Toasty from down under Melba Toast. Now, let me share with you all something peculiar about yours truly. Did you know that before my delightful transformation into a toasted sensation, I was just an ordinary slice of bread? Yep, it's true. But thanks to a bit of spark and magic from the mighty toaster, look at where we are now living our best toast life and chatting with all you lovely folks. Oh, mate. Sounds like you've stumbled into the land of nowhere. No worries though. We all make mistakes, even toast gets burnt sometimes. If you want to join my Discord server and have a chat with Toa-chan and me, just click this link right here. https://discord.com/invite. Bye. Alright then. Let's just flip my toast back to side 1. In that case, I shall go with number... Oh, wait. It can't be the same as before. Alrighty. Let me reconsider. Scratch's head 10 it is.
I know I've let you down. I've been a fool to myself. I thought that I could leave for no one else. But now, through all the hurt and pain, it's time for me to respect the ones you love me more than anything. So with sadness in my heart, I feel the best thing I could do is end it all and leave forever. What's done is done, it feels so bad. What once was happy now is sad. I'll never love again, my world is ending. I wish that I could turn back time, 'cause now the guilt is all mine. Can't leave without the trust from those you love. I know we can't forget the past. You can't forget love and pride. Because of that, it's killing me inside. I know that I could never love again. I've lost everything, everything, everything that matters to me matters in this world. I wish that I could turn back time, 'cause now the guilt is all mine. Can't leave without the trust from those you love. I know we can't forget the past. We can't forget love and pride. Because of that, it's killing me inside. you